Okay, the time is 6:20. We were delayed. Just a small problem getting access to the building. We're here primarily for the public hearing on the Milton Water District, which is scheduled for March 2nd at 6:30 p.m. We will, in the hopes the public will arrive, we'll move the pledge to 6:30 and just do the housekeeping that it is on our own agenda, with possibly 5 minutes left to recess before the public hearing starts. Stan has given us the Milton Water District budget for 2016 and the Milton Water District warrant article for 2016. And I have the agenda in front of me, which reads special session beginning at 6 p.m., roll call seating. From the left, Mike Bullio.
Maureen Smith.
Thomas McDougall, Bob Carrier,
Larry Brown.
Lou Snyder.
Stan Nato.
And Ann Walsh.
Okay. Then the next business is the approval of the series of minutes which we have going back to January 12th, January 14th, January 30th, and the last minutes of the school deliberative session of February 6th. So, beginning with the earliest one, the minutes of January 12th. May I have a motion to approve?
Yeah.
Motion to approve by Stan, second by Mike Bullio.
Yep.
Discussion on the minutes of January 12th. Okay. On the vote to approve, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Minutes of January 14th. A motion to approve. Oh, I'm sorry. By Lou, second by Mike Bullio. Discussion on the motion to approve as presented. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Two down. The minutes of January 30th, a motion to approve as presented by
So moved.
Maureen, second by Lou. Discussion on the minutes of January 30th. All in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Unanimous. Minutes of February 6th, and I will say that slowly because I have not had a chance to read them down to the bottom myself.
Larry, was that the minutes that were sent out that were incomplete?
Possibly the ones that I'm looking at are
Please,
the
yeah.
minutes of Saturday, February 6th, which is the school deliberative session.
You have them in front
Did
of
you
you.
get one?
Right there.
Those are February 6th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know one was sent by way of email that was incomplete, so.
Yeah, and there was the, they had changed Article 5 on that. The school board was able to reduce the first year's payment for the 3-year computer lease. So we, in our own meeting, motioned to recommend that as amended. And that's when Stan made the motion to table the minutes earlier. So as far as I see,
I'll make a motion to accept as written.
and second?
No.
No second. Well, make a second, we can amend and
Second.
discuss. Second by Tom, discussion by Bob Carrier.
I do have a small error. It's on
Okay.
that 162, 484, should be 97 and not 0.
I'm sorry, you have to
Oh,
show.
I'm on, just below Article 5, where it says 3-year computer. I forgot to put the 97 cents in there, that's the error. It's right there.
Oh, okay,
That's the only thing I can see on it.
97 cents. Okay, then the motion would be to approve with the clerical error, adding 97 cents to be added by the clerk. We have a motion, a second. On the vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Motion unanimous. We have 5 minutes left to recess. And you can digest supper.
Yeah, right. Still doing that.
I thought the public hearing was at 6:30.
The public
Yes.
hearing is at 6:30.
But don't we ordinarily go through the budget prior to the public
Yeah,
hearing?
did anybody see, I
Yes, we
had it
did.
at 6 o'clock.
In that case, we're out of recess, and Stan, bring us up to speed for what you want.
Well, as you can see in front of you, is the proposed 2016 budget. Basically, I'm just gonna tell you what the major changes were. Due to the increase in water testing this year and increase things that the state's requiring of us, and also of us getting more, how should I say, involved in collecting back monies. We have in here for the person that works 30 hours a week to go to a full-time position, so an additional 10 hours a week. Now, I'm not 100% sure that that person's gonna do the full 40 hours, it may be 30 and someone else is 10. We haven't come to that yet because this budget hasn't been approved yet.
But you will have 40 hours of service.
Correct. And even with that being in there, the overall budget is up $1,684 prior to any warrant articles. And after the warrant articles, we're $5,816 less than last year.
And what line is that, Stan, for the person to go full-time?
Let's see, let's see if
I
can find
didn't
them.
see it,
It's gonna be,
Treasurer and billing.
I'm sorry? Oh, treasurer and billing, that's separate. That's Lisa. This is Mark's position, or whoever. does-
Operator compensation.
Correct, operator compensation.
Where's that at?
where is that?
That is got, one,
Page
two, three,
one?
about six up on the bottom on the front page.
Okay.
Thirty-
Oh, I see, yeah.
32,240.
Yep.
Well, that's what it was in 2014. 2016 is gonna be 38.5.
That, I can give you some, there's, James, does he prefer James or Jim Flanagan?
Jimmy.
Jimmy, I knew I had it wrong. Jimmy Flanagan was at the planning board last night. He has approval for the drive-through ice cream and coffee, so he may have already been talking to you about water use, but that should give you a slight boost in your billings.
Well, yes, I mean, because it will affect the overall gallonage, but he is still considered a commercial rate to begin with, because it's a business. So the only thing that's gonna affect him is gonna be how many more gallons he would use.
Yeah.
Where's
Okay.
that going?
Right,
The old townhouse.
the old town office.
He's moving his
Oh.
electrical out of there?
What's that?
He's
No,
moving,
he's staying.
No,
I'm staying there. One half is gonna be J&S and the other half will be the Aroma Joe's.
all right.
Roma James.
Yes, Aroma James.
So obviously, on that conversation, if we ever get the signal back on, that would be a big help. You know, because we lost that, and, you know, we'll never get the laundromat back, it's no longer a laundromat, but we lost a few things, so, you know what I mean, but, hopefully,
Hi, Jeremy.
we have a problem with collections that we're, if you look at legal line, which is like a front page, like halfway down,
Yep.
it's up to $4,500, where previously it was $1,500, and that's relative to us collecting monies owed to us. We had a bankruptcy. Normally with a bankruptcy, it's not a big deal as long as they have us listed because we're in part of the payment plan. But this particular bankruptcy, they didn't, and also this particular person refused us to let us go on the property and shut this particular person off, even though they thought that they were protected to the money's owed after the bankruptcy date. And we tried to tell them, but we had to do it through the court, so we had to hire a different lawyer for that.
So this is just for one resident, the $4,500?
No, that's for everything, but we're just
Okay.
about done that, but we
Yeah.
are taking another resident to court because, I wanna be careful what I say here. He's involved with law enforcement, and he threw us off the property, we want to shut him off,
Oh, of course.
and so we had to go through the legal actions in court and civil suit. And we do it, so obviously every time you do that and try to collect more money, you're paying more money to collect money.
Yeah, at least you will have the legal precedence on your side for right of access and
We have to,
power to shut up.
we have over $100,000 owed to us.
Okay,
Oh, for crying out loud.
then, it is close enough to 6,
Just have a question
Oh.
here. Stan, are you still going up on your water 15%?
We did go up 50.
Oh, so it's definitely 15,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
The other thing is,
No, wait, it's,
I can't see it off, but real quick, did you add the 6% for the electrical,
it's all,
cost of electricity?
it's all added in.
The ad, this, well,
Right.
we went by the previous bills we just been had because our pump 5, which is the old pump on 125.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was down for over a year,
Okay.
being rebuilt and everything, the problems that we had with the pipe and everything.
Okay.
So we went by previous bills, the history, the last few bills that what has been taken to run, and we based everything on physical bills.
Okay, so,
Plus, we're also gonna be part of that solar garden with the town, so that we're gonna hopefully see some kind of a
okay.
rebate or whatever you wanna call it.
Sure.
Oh, that was my next
Um,
question, okay.
oh.
I have no questions.
Okay, then
I
I
have
will.
a question.
I will, it is technically 6:30. I will open the water district public hearing at 6:30. I will recess that. I will reopen the budget committee, and your question is?
Oh, if the person that you're gonna have do the increase for 40 hours,
Yep.
if it's 2 people, are you gonna keep it like part-time and not give benefits? Or
Correct.
are you,
Correct, there'll still be 30 hours and 10 hours, which would qualify for part-time with no benefits, no retirement, no.
okay, that was my question.
Okay. The thing is, the person we have that does the 30 hours is, I was gonna say, very qualified, and we feel the obligation to ask him if he wanted to go full-time, because technically, I think we're gonna have a hard time finding someone for the 10 hours to do what we need. So not only do you have to do, well, oh yeah, you can mow the lawn, you can do this, that, but you gotta have a CDL license, a drive-by truck, because it's got municipal plates on it. There's all these little nuances that enter the picture, so, you know what I mean, so, but we have to get this approved next month at the annual meeting, and we'll go from there.
Okay, then I will re-recess us and go back to the public hearing for the water district.
And you look wicked tired. You gonna fall asleep on us?
No, I'm just.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
That
So Stan, that person that you wanna go full-time, are they retired, or is this someone
No.
who's retired now?
No, no, okay.
okay.
Soon, probably another 5 or 6 years, you'll probably retire, but. it's not
Okay,
now.
yeah.
What I'll do is I'll take the about the same format that I did for the town and the school district, and I will read off. It's a short list, and this is the Milton Water District warrant articles for 2016, and it is 1. To see if the voters of the district will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of, where's your comma?
I know, if you can put it in there.
315,886 for the operation expenses and commitments of the Milton Water District, which represents the, quote, total operating cost, quote, shown in the budget attached to this warrant. Majority vote is required. It is recommended by the Milton Water Commissioners. Question, I haven't done this in 2 years. Do we recommend by our own vote or just present?
You recommend to approve or disapprove. You don't have the authority
To
as this
change
board
the number.
to make any cuts, but you can
Right.
either approve or
Oh,
disapprove.
okay. And
Okay.
number 2, is to see if the voters of the district will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $10,000 to be added to the Milton Water District Maintenance Expendable Trust Fund, established 32506, to be funded from water usage charges, and vote to appoint the Milton Water Commissioners as agents to expend from the Milton Water District Maintenance Expendable Trust Fund, established 32506. This is a special warrant. This is in addition to Article Number 1. A majority vote is required. It is recommended by the Milton Water Commissioners. Do you have to give a numerical vote, 3-0, or 2-1, or?
As far as the budget committee?
As far as
It was all unanimous.
3, and that would have been unanimous, 3-0. Number 3, to see if the voters of the district will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $2,500 to be added to the Milton Water District Building Maintenance and Renovation Expendable Trust Fund, established 4/12/15, to be funded from water usage charges, and vote to appoint the Milton Water Commissioners as agents to expend from the Milton Water District Building Maintenance and Renovation Expendable Trust Fund, established 4/12/15. This is a special warrant. This is in addition to Article Number 1. A majority vote is required. It was recommended unanimously by the Water Commissioners. That is the Milton Water District Articles for 2016. Also available, I presume, online?
I don't know, we don't have access to online.
Okay.
So I can't say, Karen tries, but I can't promise that she accomplished that
Right.
task.
A hard copy would be available at the town office posted?
We can supply
Yeah.
hard, I can leave some here.
Yeah. And copies will be on the side table in the Selectmen's Hall. Then I think the easiest thing would be to repeat for people who may be listening your discussion of the main budget operating expenses, which, as I remember, were in terms of operator compensation, water testing, chemicals and supplies,
And also legal.
and also legal, which would be
On the front page,
also on the front page, and I did not
halfway up.
put an asterisk on
Yep.
on that. So would you just briefly speak to how the monies go along from starting with stipends going down to legal? They are either running the same, going slightly up, or in some cases have been reduced.
Okay, just to start off, I will make the note that there is no increases in any stipends or pay of any sort, not even a 0.00001%, nothing. Okay? All right, so we get the stipends, which is, last year's budget was 4606. This year's budget is 4525, so a slight decrease. FICA and unemployment, all relative to pays. The treasurer billing compensation is 19,282, same as last year. Annual meeting cost is 100. That's for help me out here, the people.
Lights and stuff?
No, the
Is
people.
that for the
Is it
public
private?
hearing, posting the public
The
hearing?
people at the annual meeting.
Oh, okay.
Bob and all, you know.
Supervisors of checklist.
Yes, the checklist.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of it. It's tough to get old. So advertising, obviously that's for, we have to put advertisements in for the meeting and so forth. Postage, we went down a little bit. We watched over. As you can see, last year was 802, but we feel now that we're going to be really aggressive with collections. That 802 number is probably not going to be as good because we're going to have more certified mails and so forth. So we went down from 1,200 from last year to 1,000, but still a little bit more than what we year to date. Office supplies, we came down to 1,075. The audit is a big decrease in the audit because that included 2 audits, and this year it's just 1 audit. So 8,750 rather than 13,600. Dues
And
association fees, that's to do with
Could I
the,
interrupt? And I
Yeah.
think, And I think you have also been able to save money for the district by riding on the coattails of the people who do it for the town?
Well, we don't save any money. We just use the same people, and not to get too much public, we're so small that it's hard to find someone that will do it for us. I mean, I've had CPAs tell me, if it ain't $20,000 worth of business, I'm not
Right,
interested.
yeah.
So, kind of, when I was a selectman, I kind of made that part of the deal. So, try to protect all the agencies in town. So, hopefully Mike will keep that going for me. But, it's, we don't save any money, because they charge us, as you can see, So,
Yeah. Sorry.
dues and fees, that's for we have an operator, and then we have a contractor. The operator is the person with a license that the state tells you have to hold in order to run the pumps and everything, and that's for all his stuff's associated
Is that the
with
well
it.
association? We have to, yeah, you have to be yeah.
Yeah, so, telecommunications, you can see it went down. We bundled. We had, when we built a new office at Pump 5, I did some research and I found out that we had AT&T for long distance, we had this and that. So I approached Fairpoint and I got a bundle for everything, and it decreased us down, our charges. We saved, let me see, here, we saved almost $1,800 a year by bundling everything with Fairpoint. And they already had some of the business, so. Computer system support, that's same as last year, that's QuickBooks and anything to do with the billing and so forth. Legal, as we spoke, went up due to getting really aggressive in collecting back monies owed to the water district. And also, we had one person that filed bankruptcy and thought that because they filed bankruptcy, they never had to pay a water bill again. So we had to hire legal to prove that theory wrong. And that's been resolved, so. Insurance, we're basing it on $4,500. As you all know, PLC is no longer gonna be a carrier. So we have it out to 3 different people right now waiting for the cost, but we don't have the cost yet. But we went up $500 thinking it was $4,000 last year, probably gonna go up $500. If not, if it's more, we're gonna have to find it someplace, that's all.
Okay.
But I don't wanna jack it way up, so. Lien costs, that's, again, being aggressive on trying to collect the money. We're gonna get in, and we also figured out that when you put on a lien, you gotta do it twice a year, not just one time, and it's good forever, until you release it. So we have to refresh the liens, which we've been doing, in more liens. Other administrative, $10, miscellaneous. Post office box, safety box, that's at the post office and the bank. The safety box is for all records, in case of a fire, that we don't lose all records that we need to save,
How come it went up $100 between 14
Yeah.
and 15? That's a lot, huh?
Yeah, the bank went up, and I think the post office went up too.
They did.
Yeah.
I have a question. Are you guys gonna put a lockbox at the gate?
I'm gonna try to, we're gonna get one made up, obviously, because they don't really just go buy one at Staples or something. We're gonna have to have one fabricated, so you can drive down the hill and put it in there, because eventually we're gonna not have this box here involved in anything, because it's getting too confusing. We don't know what's there, and, you know what I mean? We're not really in this building, so I think if we get everybody trained to go one spot, it'd be better for everyone.
You have your own
Can
building
you put it
there,
on the
too.
door of
No,
the
the
office?
No, because the gate's locked.
Yeah, I understand that. Nobody's gonna be around, but sometimes Mark is there and
Well, right,
the
right.
office isn't open.
But I'd rather hang it on the fence somehow, make it fabricate a post or something, so no matter when someone comes, they don't feel they have to come back again because there's no one there.
Well, then can you put it up higher?
Up higher than what, we don't have one now, so higher than here, you mean?
No, higher on the driveway instead of down on the gate. Could you build a big like a granite post?
I don't know exactly where the property
Because-
line is to answer that, because I obviously can't put something on someone else's property.
You must own a little if you have
A
a driveway.
little, but I don't think it's on top of the hill. I think we have a right of way, but we don't own the property. That's something I'll have to check into.
Because going down that hill if the gate is closed is like ridiculous, and so is walking down it.
Well, see, we are gonna try to address it.
Right. You have a member of the public with you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also in the water district.
Right.
All right, operator compensation, this is when previously we were talking, the person for 30 hours, we made, after hearing from the state, more requirements, more testing. There's a lot of things we're gonna have to do to get more aggressive, collecting money, digging up people's shut-offs that aren't working, replacing them. So there's a lot more work that needs to be done, and we have been found out that we are completing some of the stuff that we're supposed to be doing, because we're running out of time, his hours. So whether or not it's gonna be him for 40, or him for 30 and someone else for 10, that'll be decided after this, if this budget gets approved. Operating insurance retirement, that would be if it went 40 hours. If it doesn't go 40 hours, that will not come into play, that $3,430. But I have to put it in there just in case, okay? Education, that's the certificates and so forth, classes that the operator has to take. Okay, water testing, obviously that's, again, both wells, well, all 5 wells, we have 4 over on the other side of the lake and 1 here. There has to be, you'll see the year-to-date's a lot lower, but we didn't test pump 5 for over a year because it was being rebuilt with issues.
So 4,000 for all 5 wells?
Chemicals and supplies, this is for all 5 wells, 3,200, as you can see, we're 3,147 last year. That doesn't affect how many wells are running because it's per gallon of water that goes out, it's distributed in there. So it doesn't matter what well is producing the gallon, you know what I'm saying? It's so much per 1,000 gallons, you know, the dilution. Equipment tools purchased, that's 137, it went down from 300, 300, it was 130. That's hammers, hand tools, you know, quick things.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing. $100 a week for soda ash could have saved in your old Michigan.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not too many people know, but when we built the new wells at the end, Steve and I came on right at the very end, and we made the decision, and we still had some money left over in the loan, to put a tablet chlorine dispenser in. So if we ever have a problem with a contaminated well, we can address it immediately. You know, so not having to, okay, what do we do now? We are set up for that. We haven't had to use it, we've tested it every once in a while, make sure it stays running. But we, you know, we do have it, we have the tablets with, you know, if we ever have to chlorine the system,
Chlorinated, yeah.
just a matter of minutes, we can have it done.
Yep.
So, operator, contractual services, that's for EII, Geosite, East Analytical, all that. That's for specialty, they'll go around to all the test wells over in Rocky Point and so forth, and they'll take and they'll analyze everything to see if we're drawing the water down too far, you know, for the residents around, they have their own wells. Oh, so these are all state required surveys that we have to send out to have someone do, and that's what that money's for. Operator treasurer mileage, $1,100, you can see it was $1,048. Let's see, distribution, that's $1. I don't know why it's 300 something. Vehicle and maintenance, gas. We went down, you see 9260. The reason for the 9260 last year is because we had money in that $3,000 to put tires in the truck and do some this and that. Well, it turns out that the truck needed way too much, so we traded the truck. And they were coming to get it, they had to come tow it because the brakes let go on it. It was like, I had to call the dealership up and say, can you run over here with a wrecker rather than just have yourself picked up? So there's some money in there involved for money for the new vehicle. So, and also as of today, we went out, we got a mobile card, fleet card, costs $1 a month. We're gonna buy all our gas at Cumbies, not mobile golf rather. It's $1 a month for the transaction, and we get it, we're exempt for tax, and we get it at the cheaper price.
Have you thought about the WEX program that the town's looking into doing?
I don't know nothing about that. Who has that?
We're looking into it right now. We're actually collecting all of the information from all the department heads and all the vehicles. It almost sounds like the same thing you're going with.
Well, this is Gulf Fleet.
Yeah.
It's through Cumbies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that 10%, that 10 cents off too with that, or?
Well, there was 4 or 5 different ones that you could pick from, depending on how many vehicles you had and this and that.
Right.
So I just got the note today when I picked all this stuff up that we were approved for one of them. So I know they did ask us if we're exempt for tax and all that.
Yeah.
So I know it's going to be a lot cheaper than what the state is.
Yeah.
Because the state's like $1 more.
Right, and then the same thing with the WEX program.
Yeah.
I'll bring that up at the next board meeting. to see if you guys can jump on the bandwagon with that too.
Alright.
So I think it sounds like the same program, but just with WEX, and you joined with the rest of the town with it.
Yeah, let me know what the details is.
Okay, yep.
Okay, so labor contractor, that's a dollar just to keep the line open in case we have a major problem. We have to have someone come in and work, and we have to have some place to pay them out of, some line.
Remember that.
Parts, plumbing, and supplies, basically the same as last year. We're mandated this year to replace 15 meters by the state, because we're getting close to 10 years old, so we're gonna start replacing 15 a year. So that's included in there.
Just a question on that. Last year, your actual was 4,338. You're still keeping it at 4,200?
Right, because we had some major repairs we did last year, Brown Street for one.
Yeah, okay.
So there was some major stuff in there, valves and stuff. There was a fire hydrant that's quite expensive. So we feel pretty comfortable. Steve figured it out, we felt pretty comfortable with that.
Is that a pass-through billable cost to the
No.
customer? No.
Only time it's passed through billable cost to the customer, A, neglect. Second would be freezing, which would be neglect. Some kind of way that it got destroyed because of their neglect, of some, or they, tampered with it or something of that nature. Other than that, we have to replace them at the cost of the district as a whole. All right.
But that's only to the street shut-off.
No, this is the meter itself.
Oh,
Inside the inside
It
the
might be a pit or wherever it is, we
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
So 15 a year. Thank God that out of that 15, we can count any that we replaced from frozen or whatever. And we've had 3 or 4 this year that,
How much you have left here?
I can't remember. Get that Steve will probably know off the top of his head.
Yeah.
So, repairs contractors, we had, like I said, went down to 20, we're pretty comfortable with that. So we had Brown Street in there and everything.
Is that Burroughs, Channing Burroughs?
Yeah, whoever she just put in there who we might use.
Yep.
To say what the line represents. So that 25,782 last year, that included Brown Street for their services, but we had to supply all the parts, so it was on the other line. So when we did down here on Depot Pond Road, that major thing, it wasn't that far, but it was like $50,000. We took it out of our reserve, not a reserve, the warrant article money. So they ran at the ledge and everything, but that was a major, thing. That helped. We had to do it. But, maintenance calibration, that's for the probes and all the test equipment we have in-house. When we do the pH testing, we have to have all that stuff calibrated. And the company comes in called Hack. That's what,
All the weights and measures and all that stuff.
well, it's not state, they're independent, but,
Yeah.
so that it's reading correctly, all our probes are reading correctly and everything, test equipment. Okay, equipment rentals, pumps, if we had to rent something from Taylor Rental or something, we got $500 in, it might be the air compressor to blow out a line. Last year we didn't have to, but there's still the possibility that we might have to. So we left it at $500, because as you know, renting an air compressor, $500, that ain't gonna be too long.
Right.
That'll probably be 2 or 3 days.
But you're comfortable with that?
Yeah.
You spent 1,500 last year.
No, they're on the wrong line.
Oops.
That's,
Okay,
all right.
my error. I'm in the wrong
Yeah,
line.
you're on one line,
Didn't
up
spend
below it.
anything, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other infrastructure, New Hampshire North Coast Railroad. What that is, prior to myself being on the board and Steve and Karen, when they were doing the new wells, they put the pipe across the lake, and it went under the railroad bed, on the railroad tracks. Well, the railroad gets $500 a year, as long as that pipe's there. Usually you pay so much and that's it, and you get the right of way. Well, whoever made the decisions went along with it, and so we paid $1,500 last year because they never billed us for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So they caught up and we had to pay it. So now we're just sending them a check rather than getting behind.
So the 1,500's a one-time hit,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be $500 a year.
The 1,500 was for 3 years.
Right, yeah, because it was,
Because they
they
didn't
caught
bill
up
us
with you,
for
yeah.
2 years, and then they,
Right.
oh, oops, you owe us money. I mean, I'm sure that's not on the top of their list, seeing who owes them for little land leases. and
I'm
stuff.
sorry the train left.
So, professional services, just to hold the line open. The new well, as you can see, it's lower, but remember, pump 5, the old well, wasn't running last year. Very, very marginal, as we were rebuilding it. So we went down on what, we stayed about the same, but we only spent 15,890. We don't know how that's gonna come out exactly on the electricity, like you were saying.
Yeah.
So we left it there.
Okay.
Fuel, we left it at 3,000. Basically, the fuel, because those wells over on, the new wells are electric.
Yeah.
The fuel was for the diesel generator
Yep.
and the heat of the pump house. Now, we could not use any fuel if we don't lose any power, or we could use a bunch of fuel because that generator comes on, the diesel generator. Actually, it's propane, I think. No, I think it's propane generator, but it's a big cap. That's all relative to weather, you know? I mean, I put a standby generator in my house going on 2 years ago. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
Comes on every Friday night. What
Because
you
you
do?
repair.
Yeah. So my neighbor, he owes me for half of it. Okay, so repairs, that's just for minor stuff around the, you know, around the pump house itself, around outside. Other well, this is all open up. Oh, well, same thing, just the different well. We rent 2,500 for electricity, and we just went online with it, what, 3 weeks, a month ago. So,
Okay.
you know, a couple months that we didn't, you know, a month or so this year. Fuel, same thing. There's no generator at the pump 5. We have portable generators to hook up for the telecommunications to
Okay.
talk to the tank, but we don't have a standby generator. So the fuel is going to be just heat.
Okay.
Repairs, same thing. So that's the bottom line of, other than the 2 loans, the well and Charles Street loans, which total $145,533 a year. So those loans consist of Charles Street, the new water tower, and the new wells. That's what those consist of.
Then, that brings us down to a total budget of $328,386.
After warrant article.
After, well, after, total budget.
Right.
Okay, I was doing it in reverse. We'll do it. The total operating budget, $315,886, to which is added warrant articles of $12,500.
Now, you'll notice last year we had 20,000. One, we put money away for the new truck. Well, we have a brand new truck. We don't feel this year we need to put money just yet because of the way things are. We're gonna give it a rock, you know, not 1 year. And also, we have another one for not hand tools, but tools. Like if we had to buy a mucksucker pump, or if we had to buy a generator, a small generator, we have a warrant article money for that. And we have a little bit of money still in there. So we think we're okay this year, so we're trying to keep it down as low as possible before we skip on putting anything in those other ones.
So, giving a
Hang on a
total,
second.
what?
What was the total cost of the new truck?
Was it lease or?
No.
The purchase?
Yeah,
Was it a brand spanking new?
brand new leftover, all right? When you say total cost, you want to know what it was before the trade-in or after the trade-in?
What are we paying for it, the water district?
Should be after the trade-in.
I gotta think, I don't have that in front of me.
No, before the trade-in, I'm sorry, it would be before the trade-in, is what we're paying for.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
out of pocket would be after the trade-in.
Before the
What's the truck
trade-in.
cost, though?
Right, what it literally cost would be after the trade-in value, because they took
No.
yes, that'd be the total.
Well, that's what we have to pay for it, but what was the cost of the vehicle when
Were
we
you-
bought it?
Well, we used our plow, all right, we took the plow off our other truck, and I believe the truck, this is top of my head, if I'd known you were gonna ask for that, I would've brought all that information, was around 35,000.
And we had that in the fund?
We had all but 9,000, 8 or 9,000. And we had 3,500 or so put aside for repairs of the old one, and we took that, that's why I said the other one had like $3,000, what we ran over, because we took $3,000 out of the budget to make up for it. So it was like, I don't even think it was that high. I think it was more like 6,500 that we had to take out of the budget total.
That, yeah, I still miss that 94 Datsun.
I don't remember that, so.
I think we paid to give, no, we got $450 for it. Somebody bought it. Then, the total budget $328,386. And the question is there anyone in the public who would like to ask a question or make a comment on the Milton Water District warrant articles of 2016 and the Milton Water District 2016 budget as presented?
That would be you.
Just for a note, for the minutes, the total budget is $5,816 less than last year's budget.
Yeah, you see that, yeah.
I don't know, has everyone on the board met Jeremy Bourgeois, who is our
I'm
interim
sorry,
administrator?
Gaze, I'm sorry,
have not.
I didn't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is Jerry Bourgeois, our new intern at the moment. I was filling in for the
You mean
TA.
interim?
Interim, what did I say?
Intern.
Intern.
Intern, yeah, interim, sorry.
We intern them in the cemetery trustees.
Yeah.
What's that?
We intern them in the cemetery trustees.
Well, I'm Stan Nato. I haven't met you as of yet. My office is in Goffstown, so I'm not usually in town. I'm out of here at 4:30 in the morning, and who knows what time.
So, anyway, again, Ann Walsh, who has been for years,
Yeah.
the living memory of the school board, and occasional rep.
Living memory.
Luce-
Memory?
15 years. That's a long time, guys.
15, you've been serving on the board for 15
Yeah.
years?
Wow.
Lou
So it's a
Snyder, who has
mandatory
also been
retirement?
school board and long-term budget
That might
committee.
have been.
Bob Carrier, long-term budget committee. And you, young man, the newbie.
Yeah.
Tom McDougall, Maureen Steer, and your boss.
And I need to talk to you before we
That,
leave too.
You want to stand up and face the camera so they can, anybody who hasn't seen you,
Hey,
that, Yeah, stay out of camera. So that concludes what I see as the necessary business of the presentation of the Milton Water District budget and warrant articles. Is there any other comment in the structure of that public hearing that anybody wants to make? Then I will close the public hearing at 7 p.m. And return to the work of the Budget Committee proper. We noted earlier that under point 2 of the warrant articles, and point 1 and 1, 2, and 3 were all recommended by the Milton Water Commissioners 3-0. What is the interest of the Budget Committee? Can we do it with one motion to recommend 1, 2, and 3, or do you wish to do it one at a time?
You should do it individually.
We'll do
yeah, you should do it individually.
Okay, may I have a motion to recommend warrant article 1?
Do we have if anybody has more discussion on it or not?
Well, but first you make the motion, then you get second, then discussion. Motion by Lou, second by Mike. A discussion on Article 1. Okay. Then on the vote, starting from my left, Mike Bolio.
Yes.
Maureen?
Yes.
Tom? Bob?
Yes.
Lou?
Yes.
Stan?
Yes.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. I would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Unanimous.
8 to 0. On Article 2, is there a motion to recommend? By Mike, second. Lou. A discussion on the motion to recommend Article 2. No discussion? From my left, beginning with
Yes.
Mike. Yes. Maureen, Tom,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Lou,
Yes.
Yes.
and the chair votes yes. Article 3, is there a motion to approve? By Mike. Second, Lou. Discussion? No discussion. From my left, Mike.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes, 8-0. Is there any other work that the Budget Committee should be doing that any of you wish to bring up?
Next meeting, do the elections next week.
The
Where's the agenda?
The,
Are you off the
here is
agenda?
the agenda.
And I'll get back to you then on whether I'm gonna be here or not.
We'll wait outside for it.
Okay, there's one other thing that we have to do, and I don't see it here. Oh, yes, I do, right here. Any other business? This is the one that Maureen, I asked her to bring it up, the municipal
yes.
book.
No.
I went online, Bob gave me the basic laws of budgeting, which is, I believe, where you got your
Information.
piece where we were talking about it. For someone who is brand new to this, I had made mention of, I think I was talking back and forth with Bob about even myself purchasing this, just to have it for my own purpose. But it's significantly cheaper if it goes through the LGC membership. It's almost half price. So that was something that I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
I
Out of
have the
curiosity,
2000.
How much is it, out of curiosity?
I thought I had printed it, but it's not. It
If
doesn't have it on here. I think it was
The digital
79.
is 35. The hard copy is like 45,
But that's if you have the membership.
which the town
If you
does.
didn't, I believe it was like 79.
Okay,
So for me,
current
has
question,
membership.
if we got the digital, is that in a form that can be printed?
Well, I already talked to Larry about this today. 'Cause
That-
Larry
yeah.
asked me about it.
The digital uses would be consistent with the law which governs its use. I think that's
So you-
fair
so
to
you're-
say.
So you're authorized to reprint it, in other words?
What I, s-
my my practice has been to make a purchase of it and then make copies for committee members.
Right.
And then if anybody was to go to the budget workshop, you automatically get one when you go there. So.
Yep.
But
I
But
think
I-
that's a really good idea to get a copy for each member,
Yes.
even older, because laws change.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My copy of that I pulled out was probably 2 years old, and from what I've been told, there was a couple little changes in it.
yeah.
and
So-
this is 2011,
Yeah.
which is great. Just reading through it as someone who's new to budgeting, is on a town level anyway. I mean, I have my own budget, but having
It's
something
not
that's,
easy reading either. I've had to read it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
The same sentence 3 times, like,
Uh,
I still don't
Some
get it.
oxymorons in there?
Yeah.
no, it's,
Town budgeting is not the easiest. It takes a really long time to understand it. It took me
Time in
many
is what it
years
takes, yeah,
to
time in.
really get it
Yeah.
into my head.
And then when you get into the default budget, there's another whole can of worms of its own, so.
which I'm all for the workshop, but
Not
in the interest of saving the town money, I figured
Those-
we'd
yeah,
discuss
so-
and figure
Yeah.
out the cheapest way.
those of you who want to follow up with Jeremy for the printed out version done on site should talk to him directly.
Mhm.
That fair?
Yep, so I talked to Larry today and I explained it to him, so I placed the order today for the digital version. They have to approve it because we don't have a charge card right now because it was in Liz's name, so they're gonna invoice the town, but they talked to me on the phone and they know who I am, so they trust obviously the town's gonna pay the bill. So once that gets cleared, I can print it, so if everybody wants to let me know if they want just a digital version or if they actually want a hard copy, we do have the ability to bind it in-house too, so.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Neat.
I think you really ought to, I mean, no matter who's gonna change here, you really need to make a copy for each member of the budget committee. And after the new, whomever comes in, to
When
get a
you-
copy.
When you raise your hand, you should be handed a book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's my thought process.
absolutely.
I mean, if you go on the school board, you're trained, you're sent to trainings with the budget committee, you do this and then ta-da,
Yeah,
here you are.
yeah.
Tom?
So,
For a second, they say.
yeah.
And it's hard. It
On
took
so
me a
many
lot of
levels.
years, because you don't understand the differences between municipal and home, because it is a lot
A lot
different.
different.
And the budget here is what is presented to the people, not the selectmen's budget. Whatever this board decides is what goes to the people, not what they say.
Right.
Tom,
You are the people's representative to these budgets.
Except the default.
Then you
Default
go.
is the selectmen's budget.
You been told.
Yeah, but
Tom.
No, but it's true, people don't understand that.
I'll get you yet. Tom?
If we could just confirm that the license or you're getting a digital copy. I frequently get digital copies of stuff at work, and it is emblazoned in big letters. You're not allowed to make copies, or
Very nice.
it tells you what you're allowed to do. If we could simply just, especially since we're being recorded now. Company I work for just got to pay something in the neighborhood of about $250,000 to a outfit because of not exactly following the licensing terms of software. It was totally by accident. They didn't mean to do it, but when the company got sold, they this came out and make everything clean. It ended up costing General Electric about $250,000, or some huge amount of money like that. It was a huge amount. I'd really hate to have whoever it is that publishes this book come back and say, hey, you're only allowed to distribute that electronically or make one copy of it. And if we could just confirm that before we go making lots of copies off of one electronic copy. And if you're allowed to distribute it electronically, I would prefer it electronically.
I don't know what this is for.
That's the MS 737.
Oh, okay, so
Okay.
we've just got to sign this, right?
No, what it is, I just passed out some of the stuff that, the January report for the school, and I did the 737, which I should have sent out by email, but somewhere during the process of the budget, I forgot all about it, and I decided to print out a copy for everybody. That's what, the copy you signed, that's good looking, you look inside there, you really can learn that not everything where it belongs, because the electricity goes into a different line from the town administrators. There's a member's comment in here. The only thing I want to mention, while I was on the chair, I want to thank the committee members for their support. It's the only regret I have is I stepped down as chair, only because I got really bogged down with the minutes. That's the only regret I have,
You need a secretary.
and there it is. You do need a
Nominated
secretary,
somebody?
but I do.
No,
in the
they
budget.
need to hire a secretary.
But I do appreciate everybody, I mean, even Stan and Larry kept me on track. Sometimes I got sidetracked and I had to remember to do this and do that. There's gonna be a lot of changes next year, and there's gonna be a lot of hard work to do. There's a lot of changes gonna be made, there's gonna be a lot of new people on board. I will assist anyone that needs help in how to get through this.
So what, you want a writing campaign for that open slot, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not coming back. I can't. I think it's time that new blood comes in. If there's some people who are unhappy about the budgets, this is a good place to come. Right here where the decisions are
Unfortunately, there's
made.
still one slot open.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be me to
No
fill it.
new blood, that's what I'm saying. you know.
Oh, new blood. By the way, no, I do have a
Well,
question.
new blood is one thing, new thinking is another.
Well,
I
okay.
will tell you, experience on this board is absolutely necessary. We have a lot of people have been here year after year after year. You can't learn this job in a year. You can't learn it in
No.
2 years.
No,
No, but I wanna
It's
say.
overwhelming. In fact, you're the newest member, and you too, Tom. You sit on this board and you go, you wait for everybody else to say something like, "Oh yeah, that's good, yeah." It's
I
a
wanna
tough
say-
job.
and
Make no
you have to
mistake.
be able to speak up and ask questions without feeling that, everybody's gonna hate me if I say cut something, or
Yeah.
this could be lowered, because everybody sees different things. It's like our opinions. We learn from what other people see, and that's not wrong.
No, no.
That is a good thing.
now I lost control of my members'
And-
Sorry.
comments.
Sorry.
Well,
But
And
the
I
only
first
thing-
and foremost would like to thank Bob.
Yes, he's done a fabulous job.
Yes,
I-
absolutely.
did as
well,
much as I could. Please, let me finish. You know, this is my last shot here. The board's been very supportive, you know, and what it is, it's been rough a little bit, but I believe I've given as much information as I possibly could give this board. I tried to follow through on everything. There's only one couple of things I regret, is I did not get more reports. There's more items that we really should be looking at. But it just.
You're hard on yourself, Bob.
Well, no, what it is, you gotta be informed. And the thing I wanna say that these two new members here, I kinda worried about them a little bit, but near the budget, some good questions what came out from them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
They
now
did a
I have
great
no
job.
fear with them. They
a
did
great
okay.
job.
And again, I wanna thank the committee. I know we didn't agree on everything, but I respected everybody's opinion. We all see things differently.
Yeah, we all deserve a pat on the back, and I want to thank Larry Brown for taking the chair.
no, well, what it is Bob was kind enough to keep doing the work. So I could read the clock and open and close the meeting.
And
But,
just so it's on record, I did ask Bob to mark me as abstained in the January 30th vote because I was not here.
Okay, all right, I didn't,
So just,
Right.
Just
You
so it's
were
on record.
closet.
I started looking and I went, oh, wait a minute, I'm not here on that day.
Lou?
I would like to say thank you to the committee for letting me be an interim and filling this seat. No, not intern.
Stop it.
We started, Mike.
And I am here if anybody, you know, or home, if I'm, you know, around, any information I can give you with my knowledge of so many years, be glad to
Thank you,
discuss it.
Yeah, one other thing is, one of the things that I miss, bring up the voice, one of the things that I miss about being in Concord was particularly the committee that I worked with, municipal and county government. And what was remarkable about that was the way it concentrated on process and the usefulness of the bills that came to the committee. And after that, this, of things I hear from other times and other places, is one of the most useful, collegial, and cooperative boards that I've worked with. You know my warts, and
Yeah, we know both wards.
yes, and it's just a pleasure. We'll see what happens.
okay, on the other business, did you receive a bill? We pay for this, for the meeting.
I'll have to check with Lisa, I don't know.
Because I got a phone call, and I told them we would take care of it because it's part of the budget. We put the budget because we are bringing you here.
I don't know, I can't answer that. You can give Lisa a call and ask her.
I don't know if the town administrator would see it. It should be billed through you, because I had Dana send it for me, to Foster's. It's got a
for
public
the-
hearing that we have
for
to
the-
pay for,
For this public
Notice?
hearing here
for
tonight.
this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I don't know when you're gonna see it, but it's up to us to pay for it. And one other thing, on that next meeting, I only put the 19th only because the elections are March 8th. There's gonna be a lot of new people, and there's gonna be some shift in probably the school representative, the selectmen, and you're still on the water district?
Don't know.
Oh, okay. So
I'm up this year.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so there's gonna be changes, that's why I set it way back to the 19th, because everybody's gotta go through all their,
Well, I won't know my position until the April meeting,
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
But that's, the 19th, that's fine, as long as we know.
well, the 15th is too early, and the budget, if whichever way it goes, default, or if they approve, it'll take a while for them to generate the copies that we need, the committee members need.
That's fine.
For expenditures. If anybody, that's why I put something to change in case Larry wants to make a change on it. There's no other business I think we can do at that point.
Yeah. Then,
I'm a little flattered for coming out
any
tonight.
other business, any other member comments? Then, the last thing is to say one more time that the town elections, the vote on the town budget, the vote on the school budget will be Tuesday, next Tuesday, which is
March
the,
8th.
better be
March
the
8th.
8th.
March 8th.
March 8th, the vote will be held, as it has for the last couple of elections, down at the church just to the south, Assembly of God Church. The bottom half has been converted to the municipal voting. Town budget, school budget, and town elections. You can find a list of people who are running for office. The town has sent out the voter guide. I just got mine in the mail today, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
Is there?
Motion adjourned.
Thank you, Stan. Second.
Aye.
All in favor? Stand up and leave. Thank you for your time, once again.
Maureen, wait a second.
Now, Mike, you're gonna stay 20 minutes late because
That was
Yeah,
20
you
minutes
came
late.
late.
Yeah.
Did you go home and eat supper or something?
I was putting the last shovel in my mouth when Tom.